Okay guys, listen up. So my commute is quite busy as you can see, and hopefully you guys are monetizing your commute. I know there's a lot of time that you spend on a train, and I wanted to show you how you could do this relatively easy. Just so guys, just remember, whenever you're commuting, you're spending at least maybe 3 hours a day, depending on which metro area you live in. But in my particular case, it's literally a lot. So what exactly do I do while I'm commuting? I wanted to show you how to do this, guys. And so, guys, if you really want to monetize your commute, there's a couple of things you got to do. Number one, you got to start creating a content bank. So this way you can resell that content bank to other people. So what does that mean by content bank? So if you're in a populated area, let's say you're in Manhattan, what you want to do, you want to be literally creating creative content. That creative content could be literally somebody playing on a violin, or it could be anything else related to your niche, and somewhat not so related to your niche. It could be just literally, something very appealing to the eye, right? So if you do this, what's going to be happening is you're going to be able to take that content bank and create a product, digital faceless marketing product out of it. So if you're digital faceless marketing mom commuting back and forth from New York and literally sitting down on a train and not like monetizing any of your commute, then you're missing out, because you could be doing digital faceless marketing, creating a content bank, constructing your very own product, and then reselling it to other digital faceless marketing moms who are not fortunate enough to be in the area where you are located, but interested in getting access to your content vault. So, and imagine if you bundle that content vault together with other little pieces of information nicely packaged inside of a beautiful guide, then congratulations, you can sell that in combination with your content vault. Your content vault could be literally creating high quality videos of like bougie clothes, people walking around and like holding the bags, Gucci bags, that kind of stuff, right? And yeah, and you could leverage that. And Canva, when you start creating Canva, you could be creating this content yourself. You could be utilizing your very own content vault, constructing mutual dots of reasons, creating eagles, whatever it is that your brand stands for. In my particular case, I'm leveraging eagle in many different variations and combinations as I relatively do this. But the idea is, remember guys, there's going to be a couple of things you have to understand. While on a train, there's certain activities that you got to do that are going to be super easy for you to do. And I mean, if you're just kind of sitting there and not doing anything on a train, what's going to happen is you're just going to be kind of missing out on those opportunities. But guess what? You could literally monetize your cats, pets, and dogs while you're on a train, and you could be literally creating content bank. That content bank, you could be reselling it as a package. Literally, what I do is I walk around kind of a very rich neighborhoods. So what I do is I create content, right? And what I do is I package that content into a database. That database is literally, it's a, think of it as I literally have a name for it. It's called Freedom Fusion OS. This database has multiple pills packaged in it. And those pills, I call it the pills of freedom, are literally like perfect for any digital faceless marketing mom to pop to discover freedom. I know it may sound insane, but the truth is, guys, look, think of it as a way. Each pill represents a routine that can allow you literally free up some time. Some of the one of those routines could be, hey, go ahead and create a couple of pieces of content across Insta, TikTok, and Lemon, right? And do this using this strategy, this framework, right? That could be an example of a pill, right? And when you do that, you see more views, you get more flexibility and more opportunities for somebody else to actually become your lead, and eventually you'll make that sale. If you just resell creating your own product, it's going to be relatively hard to like be relevant. You're going to be quickly forgotten. Are not creating your own product, your own digital faceless marketing. And that's exactly what you're going to learn how to do in Threads Booster. Plus, if you decided to join my Feudal Incubator, which is nicely packaged in what's called Freedom Fusion Path community, which you can jump into now and get on the waiting list, you could get that access to it at a discounted rate if you jump into it now. Now, of course, if you don't have money for that community, I do have a free one as well at a lower cost, more attractive price. But of course, you don't get the same amount of value that you would get in Freedom Fusion Path community as you would get otherwise. So, because the reason why, guys, in Freedom Fusion Path community, you have access to the pills of freedom automatically dropped to you. Those pills of freedom are constructed by my Feudal Army. You get updated access to Freedom Fusion OS, and any routine that we end up cracking, you get to have access to that as part of that routine that your virtual assistants can just regularly do. And of course, many of you will say, well, Rome, I get it. I know this is kind of interesting, but how do you do this? How can I succeed in doing that as well? Guys, the first step, what you got to do is start creating content, right? That content, all you got to do is reproduce that content directly on your Insta and your Threads, and you could literally like publish that content on your Insta and Threads and other platforms. But as you're doing that, you are showing your life. In process of you showing that life, you are romanticizing every single win and showing people, hey, I'm making money this way, I'm doing this, right? And as soon as you do that, what's gonna start happening is a lot of people are gonna start noticing, and they're gonna be like, oh, I wanna have a similar life. I wanna be able to get that same product. I wanna be able to learn how to do this relatively quick. How do I do this, right? And then they're gonna go ahead and jump into your store, which is gonna be on Freedom Fusion System, which is another reason why you wanna join Feudal Incubator, which is available in Freedom Fusion Path community. So this way you can get access to Freedom Fusion System. It includes all sorts of QR codes. You probably have noticed I'm using some QR codes in my videos, right? The quizzes, QR codes, bundling opportunities where you can literally not only kind of show your store, but also be able to create bundling opportunities to upsell to others while doing the digital marketing, which is pretty cool, guys. I haven't seen that offering in Beacon or Stan Store. Plus, there's all sorts of email nurturing campaigns, AI chatbots, book appointment systems, and all sorts of other shenanigans that you could do with Freedom Fusion System in order for you to truly fly free like an eagle and be able to make that impact. In fact, I had this is day 42 of developing Threads Booster. I had a couple of leads coming in from TikTok where people would be interested in optimizing the workflow with ChatGPT and Zapier like 3x times, right? I looked at that workflow, and indeed, based on my analysis, it's literally you'll get 3x, like 3 times the efficiency of my existing workflow if I was to implement it. So it's no brainer. I'm going to go ahead and implement that in my own business. And for you guys to take advantage of that, you could literally just join the Feudal Incubator and be able to have that and be able to inherit that same workflow. So this way you could literally benefit from that. So in that workflow, I described more in previous workshop and whatnot. I already did that workshop. See some QR codes, drop them in, and DM path on my Insta if you want access to that workshop for how to increase your efficiency 3x. But the idea is, guys, like literally just kind of as you're creating content, remember, your content needs to be very strategic, right? And somewhat random. It's a combination of both strategic and random. I don't have pre-scripted like phone right now with me as I'm doing this, but sometimes I do, depending on who I want to make impact with, right? So if you have sequential content that is interconnected to your previous day and the day before, etc., and you're mentioning that in the process, it's going to be easier for you to create that impact with your audience who are listening to you and be able to create that product, your very own digital faceless marketing product that's going to consist of your storytelling, your content bank, your very own Freedom Fusion system that you could also resell, guys, and spawn some money additionally. There's some affiliate link I could hook you up with. And you could resell Threads Booster as well. I could hook you up with affiliate link. So guys, I'm going to get going.